Hey, welcome to the happy hour. It's me and Ramon tonight. Rod's having some internet issues up there in Canada, so it's going to be just the two guys here tonight. How you doing, Ramon? You start the day well?
Oh man, what great fun. Could be better, but still great excitement today. We've seen some great things already. Who had Tyler O'Neill hitting a home run,
Again.
one sixth straight opening day. I think that's one of the big stories so far. And we've had some surprises here so far. Runs all over the board. Feels great to have Major League Baseball back. Hopefully, everybody can see the games. Apparently, the MLB app doesn't work for anybody out there, but I've got plenty of games going on in here with my feeds, so can't be everybody here. Maybe I'm using a different service, but I can't wait tonight. We know it's all about the Sweet 16
Yes,
too.
sir.
Ron, as far as this a crazy card is concerned, a lot of fun, man, with all these games tonight. Where to start, where to end, who knows? But we'll just do the best we can here without our captain here today. He's there. He's on the ones and twos. So
Yeah, he's lurking behind us, behind the scenes, so he's watching. So we got to be careful what we're doing here. So anyway, yeah, for me, my best bet's winning 6-2 with the Orioles right now. So looking good to start the day. Also had in La Liga, I have Barcelona minus 1.75, so they're up 2-0. Last I saw 2-0. So hopefully they'll stick around there. Let's get into it. Let's see. We're gonna start with the NBA, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got a pretty good slate, so we'll cut it in half. Let's go up to the 8-10 game. Last game will be Lakers Chicago. First game up, we're looking at San Antonio, Cleveland. Cleveland laying 14.5, 237. Dallas, Orlando 7.5, 219. Indiana at Washington. The Pacers laying 12.5, 235. Atlanta at Miami laying 226.5 in that one. And yeah, we'll do that last for that. What you got? Let me look at the injury report for the first couple there, Ramon.
mm-hmm.
Let's see, San Antonio, Cleveland. Looks like Mobley's out, and for the Spurs, Bassey's out. Nothing really major there. Of course, for the Mavericks and Orlando, looking at that one, Anthony Davis is probably likely to play. No Lively, no Washington. Same cast of characters out. Anthony might not go for Orlando, so watch that one. Indiana and Washington looks like a good slate for Indiana. Nice game last night. I actually had, I think, if you look at my record on the site, I like 20 some pushes, man. I got another push last night with Indiana, plus the one, thanks to LeBron stepping in at the buzzer. Playing Washington, laying a big number. Sadiq Bey, Brogdon, Gandhi George, Smart all out for Washington. Atlanta, Miami, Trey Young looks like he's going to go. Capella's still out. And for the Heat, Jovic looks like that's it. And Robinson's a game time decision. What you got in those for, man?
Yeah, let me try with Atlanta and Miami here. Look, kind of a key game if you think about what these two teams are doing right now in the playoff picture. It feels like they're, both in. They're just jostling for position right now. So everybody really is comfortable in the Eastern Conference. I don't see Miami falling out of it necessarily. So I'm not saying the motivation isn't there for these teams tonight, but I'm going to end up on the under here in this one with Atlanta and Miami. Look, it's a closely rated game here, and Miami has finally turned it around. I maybe a little later than I thought here once they got rid of Butler. I thought that Miami would be a little bit better here, really, when it comes to getting back on track once they dealt Butler. So feels like finally right now, maybe this is the time for Miami to kind of get going again. I'm going with the under here. I think the trends would kind of indicate both teams are an over team here, but at 225.5. It's only been going down here a couple of points. So I'm going to trust this move here, Ron, and go with the under tonight in this one with Miami and Atlanta. The previous meeting this season in Atlanta totaled just 184 points. Now, when they met last month, it was a blowout. Miami did crush them at home here, scoring 131 points. I know you said Young is in, but I'm going to go under tonight at 225.5 with Atlanta and Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking at San Antonio and Cleveland. Cleveland, it just their number is 12, or that's my number actually, what I give you every night. Getting 14.5. I'd have to lean to San Antonio in that one. I think Atlanta, Miami. I would look at the Heat. The Heat's number is 4, and Atlanta's number is 4. So I think we can take that up to 4 in that one. So let's. We got a special guest. Let's bring Mills in all the way from Tokyo, man. Bring him in. Let's say hi to Mills. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah.
Sick
I had to make the happy hour. We out here in Tokyo, so it's definitely a happy hour out here for me, man. But it's a way different hour though, man.
So I brought you in for the Kings game too. So go, what you got for us, man?
Man, let's go, man. So while we talking about the Kings, it's the perfect time to bring me in, man. It's a guy named Keegan Murray, right? And his point prop's around 13.5. It seems like right now with the Kings, a lot of things up in the air. Is DeMar DeRozan going to be able to play next to Zach LaVine? Is Zach LaVine cooked? We don't know. One thing I do know is this guy Keegan Murray, though, man. He's getting those 3-point shots up every single game. So I look for him to go over 13.5 points today, coming off a game to where he put up 28 in his last game. And the thing that I like about is Doug Christie really likes Keegan Murray, and he wants the offense to kind of flow through him and Sabonis. So I'm taking Keegan Murray over 13 points. And then I'm taking Tamani Kimura, okay, Portland Trailblazers. His point prop's at 12.5 right now, and he's been able to do this for us at 100% clip. All right, these are numbers that the betting tools like, and these are numbers that I like too as well. So I'm taking Kimura over 13.5 points. I'm taking Keegan Murray over 13.5 points. And it wouldn't be right if I didn't give you a baseball play. I'm in Tokyo, Japan. So it's only one guy on my mind, and that's Shohei Ohtani, man. I'm taking him over 1.5 total bases. You guys can add it up a little bit and, get some more plus money. But I really like him in this spot, man. So I'm going to the war with Shohei Ohtani, Keegan Murray, and, Kimura.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mills. You stay safe out there, man, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah, great battle. The connection's beautiful. What are you there for? I know Inoue is fighting this weekend. What else is going on out there?
Oh, man, just a family vacation, man. We booked this like a year ago. So, just got to get out and explore the world. Sometimes too many people sit at home and just sit on their computers, and they think that's what life is. It's not. Let's get off these computers. Let's go enjoy this world,
The connection looks like you're right around the block. So awesome. You look great.
Thank you. All right, you guys. You guys have a great day out there. Shout out to everybody on Tony Picks, man. You guys see what it's doing and where it's growing. The morning show numbers are up. The views are nice. The chat's coming through. The panel members are getting. Everything is just looking A1 over here. So shout out to everybody over here at Tony Picks. I'll see you guys when I get back.
All right, Mills. Take care, brother. There's Mills for you guys. Yep. Yeah, he's over in Japan. He can actually bet the KBO games when they're happening. Right.
Yeah, I didn't
know.
Same
time zone there.
So, Naoki Inoue fights this weekend. I thought maybe Mills was covering it or something, but man, what a great connection. Thank you.
I thought he was doing UFC actually interviews over there. That's why he was over there. But yeah, it's good vacation time. Good vacation.
Well,
let's move it on into the NBA. Ramon, we got the last couple ones. We got Memphis at Oklahoma City. OKC 10.5, total 237. We got the Lakers after that big win last night at Chicago on the road, -3, 234.5. Houston at Utah, and they're laying a big 13 number there, 228. And of course, Portland at Mills' Kings. Kings laying 6, 226. Let's get to the injuries on those last ones right there. Lakers in Chicago. Looks like Hachimura is going to be out. Cleaver's out, and everybody else looks to be playing tonight. On the Chicago side, Giddey is a game time decision. Kobe White is likely to play, but still a game time decision. Be careful on that one. No ball, of course, on Vucic. And, well, actually, Vucic is a game time decision. We'll see what happens with that one. Going over to Memphis and OKC. Looks like, Morant's out for Memphis. And on the OKC side, Jalen Williams game time decision there. Looks like Mitchell is out, Wiggins out. So they look all right there. And then Houston and Utah, we have Thompson's a game time decision. Steven Adams game time decision. And for Utah, well, let's see. Markkanen's out. Collins is out. Harkless is a game time decision. Everybody else is pretty much there. And finally, Portland and Sacramento. Grant's a game time decision, but probably won't play. Ayton is out. Kamara is a game time decision. No word there. 50-50 on Malik Monk as well. LaRabia is out for Sacramento. What do you like in the last four there, Ramon?
Feels like the usual suspects here for Utah sitting at. Yeah, I'm going to go to Houston and Utah here. Look, Houston with a double-digit favorite to me kind of indicates that maybe this one will be able to stay under here. The numbers might not add up necessarily, but Utah has gone under in 6 of their last 9 games. Houston obviously on a roll again, having won 10 of their last 11 with Utah missing. You mentioned it, these guys who are out. I always look at that report. You got Clarkson, you got Markkanen out here in this one. So I'm taking the under here with Houston and Utah tonight. Ron, I think for me, it's going to be all about Houston's ability to shut down Utah. I don't know if with them as a double-digit favorite, they're necessarily going to get away here. And I have this one probably closer to 220, maybe 222 is what my numbers are saying here. So I'm going to go with the under with Houston and Utah. 227.5 right now.
Yeah, I'll give you my numbers for that game as well. I got the Rockets at 9, and I got Utah at 9. Probably too many points, so I'd take that plus 12.5. Even though Utah is garbage right now, I'd still get those play. You got Memphis at Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City 22-11 as home favorites. Their number is 16. So that tells you all you need to know. I would take the Thunder to roll in that one. And the Lakers on the road at the Bulls. The Bulls number 7. I'd have to lean with the Lakers. I know everybody likes the Bulls, what they've been doing lately, but I'm going to have to lean with the Lakers. You probably get a good money line price on that one too, if you want to take that.
They had that big revenge. Remember, they got blown out by.
They did, and that's why it didn't make my premium card. But with the Lakers, you could see what they were doing last night, and as they're coming back with everybody except Hashimura tonight, I think they're trying. So definitely look at the Lakers. Can you believe Memphis went from the second to like almost out? It's unbelievable. In like a month. It's unbelievable.
Been a bit of a tailspin for sure. It looked like early
punching each other. You got Aldama and freaking Bain going at it on the sidelines. It's just rough in that town right now. And then finally Portland and Sacramento. You know the rule on that one. Sacramento's a favorite. Nope, not a chance. Give me the Portland Trail Blazers on that one. Sacramento's number on my sheet is 5, so I think we're good as long as we're staying above 6 there. So that's the NBA, and let's move on to college basketball. Sweet 16. Yeah.
Is that tonight?
That would be tonight. Yeah. Some of these matchups are really great. I got 2 premiums for sale out there right now. One best bet, so you can get that at Tony's Picks. We got BYU at Alabama, 4.5 for Bama, 175.5. They might not even be high enough there, Ramon. Maryland and Florida, Mr. Whiskers, Florida team laying a big 6.5, 157.5 in that one. Arizona at Duke, they played earlier in the McHale Center, and Duke just romped them. I'm gonna tell you right now, this Duke team is just like that UConn team of the last couple of years. So be careful if you try to go with Arizona tonight. Say so Duke minus 9.5. 155.5 in that one. And our Cinderella with Coach Cal, right, coming in Texas Tech, and Texas Tech laying a 5.5, 147.5. What you got in these, Ramon? Go for the whole card.
Well, I got to go. Oh, you said it. I'll buy the bait. I'm going to go over in the game here between BYU and Alabama for sure. Look, BYU's only way I would think is to outgun this team a little bit. I have questions about Alabama with this entire bracket here at this time. I think out of these SEC teams, I'm maybe a little bit down on. They're our favorite here to win this game, but I think it's going to be up and down here. I know that that might be a kind of a square play. I don't know. Maybe some people are thinking this is too high. I'll take it under. But with these two, I'm not sure I see that as being the case here in this one. Rod, I'm gonna next one. I'll go through them all with you here. Why not?
Yeah,
these are important games here, obviously. So Maryland and Florida. Look, Maryland might be underrated defensively by the public. They're still a top 6 team here, defensive efficiency. So I think they know the only way to go is to kind of keep this one low and slow it down against these mighty Gators here and stay with if they're going to, I'll say stay within the number. We know their goal is to win, but I'm going to end up on the under here in this one with Maryland and Florida. I think Maryland's ability to play defense is a little bit overlooked here, and that puts me on the under. Same with Arizona and Duke. Look, we saw a drastically low game first time they played in Tucson. I'm not saying it's going to be like that one where I don't know what they have, like 123 points, I think, and Arizona got blown out, remember, in that game in Tucson against Duke. Things have changed. Arizona's gotten better for sure. I think this one actually is kind of way too high for me. Didn't make the premium here as far as the total, but I do like it. Arizona and Duke game to go under. And then in the finale, look, I think there is a distinct coaching advantage here for Texas Tech in this game, but I think Arkansas is good enough to keep this one close. Ron, I'm going to end up here taking the Hogs plus the points. I think this one may end up being the game of the night, possibly, if you're just talking about a close game here. I might have some worries about the other ones, but I'm going to end up here with Coach McCasland and I'm going to take Coach Cal. Like I said, I think McCasland has an advantage over him, but I'm taking the points here. I just expect a close game here tonight. This one also might be a little bit high scoring, but I'm going to take Arkansas as my play here on the show.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I got 2 premiums, so I'll go over a couple of things that I don't have premiums on. I agree with you. I think it goes under in that Duke and Arizona game. And like I said, I would lean Duke. Duke is just they're cut above everybody, man. They're just, you're going to see it. They're just blowing out everybody. If you remember that UConn team the last 2 years, you just lay it. Just lay it. Don't even think about it. Just lay it. And I'm going to look at BYU and Alabama. Alabama's the highest scoring team in the nation, but BYU can hang with them. I really do believe it. And honestly, I don't think that total's high enough. It might be a square play, like you said, but I could see 90, 100 to 91. Seriously. I mean, this thing could go way up there. So, yeah, Duke, Arizona under Ron Hahn. I agree with you. Absolutely.
Ron, whereas BYU, you'd think maybe the strategy, hey, let's not let. I think BYU strategy is let's match with them, let's go with them, that's our best chance, not to try to keep this team held down. Let's try to gun with them, and I think BYU is going to come in with that strategy here.
Well, we know Alabama can score. We'll just see if BYU, and I think they can hold their own with them. So we'll lean to the over in that one. All right, that's for the Sweet 16. Let's move over to MLB. We already got a full slate going. Some great games today.
I'm watching my Padres 3-3. I'm nervous.
You tied it up. All right. Looking good. Actually, the Braves just took the lead, 4-3.
Oh,
yeah.
Behind you here.
Yep. That MLB app, I tried to log in earlier and it wasn't working too well.
No doubt about it, Ron. There is
something going on.
If I can say breaking news, there is a big problem right now with it's just all over social media. The app I'm watching on Amazon Prime, so a little trick out there. Gotcha. I don't know if anybody. So it's just the MLB app, I believe, because my Amazon Prime is getting all the games. So they're probably getting over. Hey, that to a certain extent, maybe a good sign people are interested, but they've obviously been overwhelmed here, not ready for all the popularity of Major League Baseball. There's no doubt there is a major problem. People are complaining left and right about this, about the app today. So still, that's a good sign for baseball. People want to watch, but not a good look for MLB to get the season started. But go ahead.
And my Royals just blew it. So, yep. There's Cleveland just took the lead 4-3. So, yeah. So that's just something about that team, man. They beat us every time. Every time they own us. The Royals have lost 8 straight at home against Cleveland. 8 straight. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's move on to the 3 Major League late games. We got Scooby going, right? Yeah, Scooby against Snell, 2 left-handers. Now, I've always looked at the Dodgers. Left-handers are their kryptonite, but we'll see what happens there. Dodgers laying 155 plus 145 for Detroit, and a real low total, 6.5, but shaded to the over. Cubs at Arizona. We have Steele, who's already started this year, and going against Mr. Gallen. And you know how Gallen is at home. He found a way last year. He's only laying 115. That's kind of a shady line there, Ramon. So looking at that one, and what total of 8.5. Runs come premium in those 2. And then, of course, my guy, I love Logan Gilbert. He's taking on Severino on the Athletics, and Seattle minus 160. Over under is 7, shaded to the under. What you got in these 3, buddy?
Yeah, and I also will mention, you mentioned the 3 games still to come, but there's actually 4. 1 game is in a rain delay. Scheduled here for
the Cardinals and Twins have started.
It's going to be scheduled to start possibly.
I actually like the Nerfy in that game, believe it or not. I like the Nerfy in that one.
Yeah, Lopez and Gray hopefully get underway here in about 10 minutes with a rain delay here. So
okay, I missed that one. Thank you very much.
Underway. Let me take the
bottom of the first or top of the first warm up. So okay.
Yeah, yep. We'll hopefully get that one going. I'm going to take the under in the game here between the Cubs and Arizona, with Steele going up against Zach Gallen here. Look, I think Gallen has a pretty good advantage over this lineup here tonight. And look, I think there are 2 good lineups, but I expect the pitching to do a good job here. And I think the total is just a little bit high. You can get 8.5. I mean, this is the high total pretty much of the day. Along with that, I think the Toronto game also had an 8.5, and your game with the Royals had an 8.5. So opening night here in Arizona, give me the under. A little bit of a play on just the number itself here. I mentioned runs all over the board, but we're not necessarily seeing big numbers except out of the Orioles here so far. And yeah, my game and your game kind of getting out of hand. But
yeah, it is.
Yeah, give me the under here with the Cubs and Arizona tonight, and kind of want to take the A's here. My A's, I don't know if I want to call them that necessarily, but let me just stick with that under with the Cubs and Arizona as my play.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at. Like I said, I love Logan Gilbert, man. I'm gonna lay the 1.5 because there's no way I'm laying 170 with Seattle, but. I'd lay the 1.5, and I'll also lay the 1.5 with the Dodgers. They just cover the run line. They've been covering, and the way it looks like, it's going to be a great matchup. And shout out the White Sox, man. The first 5, they're still cashing this year. I mean, they were money last year if you keep watching the White Sox. Plus 120 on the first 5. Nice job to the White Sox.
Right where you picked up off last year.
Exactly. And I've noticed, a lot of my spreadsheet stats are picking up exactly where they left off last year. So hopefully it's going to be a good day, opening day here for me. Yeah. And
in spring training, but it looks like just like he did when he, got the call last year. So a good sign for the White Sox. Hey, let's let the White Sox win one.
And I got a premium on that Arizona-Chicago, so you can get that. That's my last game of the day. Hopefully, good start today. Looking at Baltimore, they're looking good right now. So yeah. And I got the Braves on the run line, Ramon. Sorry, man. I got the Braves on the run line in that one. All right, so that's about it. Let's see what we got for sale tonight. And let's get a nice parlay, and I'll get you hopefully a nice KBO winner again, just like this morning. So what do you got, Ramon?
Yeah, Ron, right now over at TonySpix.com, of course, it's all about the final.
Oh, crap. We didn't do NHL. I'm sorry. We forgot NHL.
Oh, okay, we have my plays. I just thought you
So
were. Well, I
it's
just
been
thought
used
you
to
were one
doing yeah, we've been used to doing so many sports man, it's forgot NHL. Let me get to the NHL. We got a big
Okay, I thought
slate
you were
there in
just
the NHL.
look. I don't want to make I thought you were just kicking them to the curb. We were so busy.
Oh, no.
That's all
Actually,
right.
I'm doing very well in NHL this year, so yeah. Let's see here. We got Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Buffalo home favorite minus 135. Ottawa, Detroit. Ottawa laying 135 at Detroit, and we got Montreal, Philadelphia after the firing. Yeah, Tort's gone, right? But Montreal's laying the 130 at Philly. Utah, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's laying 190 there. And we'll stop at this one. Washington and Minnesota, Caps on the road, laying 120. Looks like Lindgren now. I thought it was going to be Thompson. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think that's why we saw a little bit of a move this morning to the Wild there. The line definitely moved in that direction. I think when it was apparent that maybe Lindgren might be in goal there today. So let me go to that game and talk about the firing of Tortorella a little bit, and maybe he fired himself. Really, the way things have been going right now, it's been a disaster here of late. Montreal goes with Dobes in net here as their backup. So I'm going to end up taking the over here with Dobes and Urson. Montreal will play tomorrow night, so they're probably strategizing with their goalies here in this one, and I'm going to end up on the over here with Montreal and Philadelphia. Brad Shaw takes over for the Flyers here to try to snap this 6-game losing streak. It hasn't been good right now for the Flyers, certainly, so I'm going to take the over in this one with Montreal and Florida here tonight. Current line is about six flat, maybe slightly juiced to the over, but feels like a 6. So give me the over in Montreal and Philly.
Oh, yeah. I like that game, too. I'm going to lay it with Montreal. If Philly is a home dog, you don't want nothing to do with them. As a home favorite, they're actually pretty good this year. So I'm going to lay it with that. And I'm going to lay it with the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 1.5. They're actually the best team on the puck line as a home favorite this year. So play the Lightning in minus 1.5 in that one. Moving on to the 8 o'clock, we got St. Louis and Nashville. Blues laying 130 on the road. Dallas 130 at Calgary. Kings and Avalanche. This should be a great one. I just can't trust the Kings on the road right now. Colorado laying 155. Edmonton at Seattle. Yeah, I took Edmonton last night. Almost got back in it, but they're laying 130 at Climate Pledge in Seattle, and then Toronto at San Jose. Leafs laying a big 250 on the road at San Jose. What you got in the rest of these, Ramon?
Yeah, Ron, I don't know what the deal is. The Kings aren't going to go very far if they can't win any games on the road.
Absolutely.
Look, it's been great. This is a record-setting season at home here, but I'm going to end up on the over here. We're dealing with a 5.5 in this one, and that's the problem for the Kings is really keeping the pucks out of the net. Colorado has gone over in 4 of their last 6 games. Kings start Rittich here in goal tonight. So Colorado is 22-13 to the over on the road. Now, I say they're allowing goals just here mostly of late. I mean, Kings are still an under team on the road, but last 2 meetings between these two both had 6 goals here this season. Both of them in the last 2 have been here in Colorado as Abs won 5-1 and 4-2. And I don't know if that same thing happens tonight. It's going to go over 5.5. Hope the Kings can pull one off here and try to build some confidence. But with Colorado having a 10-game winning streak at home right now, and they're putting it together here. Don't forget about the Colorado Avalanche. It kind of feels like, right? Talking about all these other teams, and we know that the Avs, have that playoff potential. They just hadn't really gotten it all together here yet this season, but yet here they are, 19 games over 500 and on a big time winning streak right now. So give me the over here tonight with this one, Colorado and the Kings with, like I said, Riddick in goal here. Blackwood's awesome, no doubt about it, but I'm going to have to take the over in the Kings and Abs tonight.
Yeah, I like that as a lot. McKenzie and Blackwood going for Colorado there. I'll take the Nordiques as well. Give me Colorado. I'll lay the puck line in that one. I just don't trust those Kings on the road. Yeah. Like you said, Ramon, they're going to have to find a way to win on the road, or they're done really quickly in the Western Conference playoffs.
Colorado 10 in a row at home winning, and the Kings can't win on the road. I'm not saying that this one, look, it's still a pretty big price tag at $1.50.
Yeah, I'm not going to lay it. Maybe one. What was that? Minus right? One line or something? Yeah, Al's got that one.
If you took the win-loss records or took the names off the jerseys type of thing, it'd be a $2 favorite.
I could see it going to overtime. That's why I don't want regulation, but I would say -1 if you don't want to lay that 1.5 in that one. And Dallas last night, they got to travel. It's not too far, I guess, Rod, right? To Edmonton to Calgary, but I got Wolf in net. I think this might be the spot we get Calgary on the money line. So I'm gonna get +110. On the Calgary Flames. All right, that wraps up the NHL. All right, let's get back to business there, Ramon. So what do you got for sale? And let's get a parlay for us, buddy.
Oh, no, I'm still firing for sure here tonight. My college basketball, I went with 3 plays. Hey, this is the Sweet 16. I'm not passing here. I've got a 3-pack, 3 of the 4 games up at Tony'sPicks.com. Check me out over there. My best plays. I've had a pretty good run. I've been in some of these contests around with some of our buddies and had a pretty good run. I'm in the top 20% over on some of the sites, and I'm in the 96th percentile on the ESPN brackets. So it's been a pretty good tournament for me. So I'm hoping to keep it rolling here tonight. Also, I've got my $19 discount best bet in the major leagues tonight as well. So pick up my top play over there at Tony'sPicks.com. And I'm going to go off the board here a little bit one more time. It seemed like that's worked out for me in some of these.
Aussie football worked out for you last night. Did you get that one?
Again, my friend?
The Aussie football, how'd that work out for you?
Oh, yeah. Ron, we said go under 180.5 in that game last night with Port Essendon, and it was 132 points. So it only went under by 46 points. So we crushed it. So let me go off the board here and talk about tennis's new sweetheart, Alex Iala. She's going up against Jessie Pegula tonight. She's a big 350 underdog here, but I got to take the game spread tonight. You can get Iala +5 games against Jessie Pegula. I mean, she's already rolling some of the biggest names. She just beat Iga Swiatek in her last match. Why couldn't she stay in here against Jessie Pegula? She's also had the luxury of having a win one of her matches by a walkover here. I'm not saying that the fatigue would set in here against a great stamina player like Pegula, but I'm going to take Alex Iala +5 games tonight, and I'm going to sprinkle that money line at +300, 325 or so here. She's just on a roll. She's only 19 years old, and she's already the greatest female tennis player ever to come out of the Philippines, and she's just getting her career started. She is the story of the Miami Open right now, that and the fact that Novak Djokovic can't play after 11 o'clock because he's too tired. So take Iala +5 games and sprinkle the money line. And you got to see this young lady play. She was returning Swiatek's second serve, and Swiatek could not even respond. Swiatek was having trouble with her first serve, and that just opened it up for this young lady. And she's terrific on the microphone as well. So that's a good one to watch tonight. That one's at 8:35 Eastern, 5:35 Pacific. Other matches pending. There's a couple of matches in front of her. Djokovic is in a real battle right now with Korda, actually. After winning the first set, we might get a 3-setter here.
All right. What I got a best bet in the NBA. Pushed last night with Indiana with a +1. I got my best bet NHL slap shot play won last night easily with the Anaheim Ducks. Got that. You can get that one right now. And my NCAA Sweet 16 best bet, and I won with my best bet UAB last night. Should have won outright, but I think everybody can probably win this tournament, Ramon. Believe it or not, I do. I think they could. I think they can win this tournament. For a parlay, let's go with to the Seattle Mariners on the run line. Give me the let's go to basketball. Yeah, give me Portland plus 6.5. And let's get an NHL. I don't trust the Penguins on the road. Give me Buffalo. I know they're not good at home, but I'm still going to take them. For KBO in the morning, gentlemen and ladies, we're going to go with the Lotte Giants. Charlie Barnes is going to be pitching for Lotte in the morning. Nice 115 line there. Nice win this morning with KT. They tried to give it away, though, didn't they? They tried to give it away, that bullpen. But, yeah. It's currently up to the top of the standings, NHL and NBA and soccer. And Lewandowski just got us that third goal. So I think we're going to sail through here nicely, minus 1.75 on Barcelona. So, absolutely. All right. Anything else? Let's see if you got any questions in the chat. Anybody got any questions about anything coming up? We got some time here.
I know they get underway in Japan tonight as well. I think it's opening day over there, and maybe
MVP. I tried to do MVP, but I can't. I'm going to shout out a company here. So I can get all my KBO stats from my spreadsheet from like RotoWire and things like that. It's just so hard to get stuff for MPB. I tried it, but it's just too much work. You're sitting there, you're going through Baseball Reference trying to, get all those stats. It's really tough. And I rely on a lot of advanced metrics as far as pitching, FIP and things like that. So definitely. Don't sweat it, guys, man. It's day one, 152 games. Got a long way. You're going to lose, you're going to win. But, like Mitch always said, look at those dogs first. Look at those dogs. And if you're worried about playing a favorite, play it always on the run line. I mean, the guy made 41 units last year alone just by looking at run line dogs and dogs outright. I mean, look at those dogs. And if you want the favorites, don't lay those 150s. Don't lay those 140s even. Try to get those minus 1.5. And if you lose one, just like me in the puck lines, man. If I lose one, what am I losing? One. Not losing 130, 140. So, yeah, that'll keep you in the game, definitely. But absolutely. There's Ron Hahn always in there. Yep, you guys do it. Matty D. Richard Lockhart, love you, man. Doing great. Yeah, AOD was in there earlier. I seen him, Ramon. Our guy, yeah.
And I will mention this, Ron, about
Mr. Whiskers and his Florida Gators. I got my Final Four. I still have my Final Four, but I'm only 70th percentile.
What said there about the Detroit Dodgers game. I will say this: I'm not sure what the timing is of it, but you notice the start time, of course, for opening night with that Dodger game at 4:10 Pacific. Everybody knows what happens right now as that sun starts to go down in Dodger Stadium, and right around, I would imagine, about the 4th or 5th inning, you're going to get those shadows a little bit when the sun starts to go behind and the shadows move in between home plate and first base. He mentioned the first 3 innings in there, in there, and maybe you could extend it to the first 5. Right about the end of that, that's when those shadows may come into effect. And we got 2 good left-handers like Skubal and Snell, providing Snell can last a little bit there. No matter who's in there, you're going to have those shadows here probably a little bit tonight at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Rich, I just took Florida win the regional. So yeah, I like that, man. I do. Yeah, Mr. Whiskers. Yeah, I do like your Florida Gators. We'll see what happens with Maryland tonight. They got a good draw, I think, and like Ramon said, I think that one stays way under the total. You look at Florida can, get 44 points to Tennessee. I mean, it's really good. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow night. And hopefully Rod will be with us. He's there lurking around in the background. Thanks to Mills for surprising us there from Japan, and that's all I got. You got anything else, Ramon, for these fine people? Let's enjoy the last few games of opening day. It's been a great one.
No, thanks to Rod for keeping us on the air. Yeah, I saw some good pitching performances too today. Rodon, Wheeler, Paul Skeens doing a pretty good job here. And yeah, a little bit lighter tomorrow in Major League Baseball. Got to protect those opening day tickets in those cold weather cities. So we really only have about 9 or 10 games to go tomorrow in Major League Baseball. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the games tonight here. These Sweet 16 games, really the highlight of the night for sure.
Yes, sir. Good luck, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow night. Peace.